What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. So check this out. I was just watching the press conference between Franchon Cruz and Savannah Marshall. So that should be a good fight. You know, these two fought before in the amateurs, and basically, here's a situation where, once again, Savannah's fighting someone from her past. And I like, Franchon Cruz's energy. And I'm going to tell you what I saw that a lot of people see, but they act like they don't. Now, Savannah getting back in the ring, beautiful. Franchon Cruz defending her titles against her, beautiful. So here's what happened. Peter Fury was talking, and I forget the other guy's name that's in Savannah Marshall's corner, but they both said something, and they tried to be slick about it. One, and see, when I spot falsehoods, I'm going to expose it as well. One, Peter Fury said, well, we were looking for the Clarissa Shields rematch. I don't know what happened with that one. Tell you what happened with that one. It's real simple. Clarissa Shields had everything. She was the champ versus Savannah and her one belt. Okay? Just like Fury and Usyk, right? And Fury wants to be Mr. Greedy. It's all about me. My one belt equals more than your three belts. So basically, Clarissa Shields went over there and fought Savannah Marshall on her soil and beat her soundly. Their contract was stipulated that it's only a rematch. A rematch is only necessary if there's a controversial decision. Now, it just so happens Clarissa went over there and beat the shit out of Savannah Marshall. Now, 8 rounds to 2. So there was no need for a rematch. Now, if they wanted to do it again, cool. But here's the thing. Let's say, shoe on the other foot, Savannah Marshall beat Clarissa the same way. Same results, but it's same situation, but it's Savannah Marshall that won. Do you think Clarissa Shields could say, nah, let's do it again over here in America, even though I just got my ass whooped? So basically, that's why that fight didn't happen. Because not only did Clarissa go over there and beat her soundly on her soil, but they want the rematch to happen on her soil as well. Clarissa's like, I want the fight, but first off, she's not the champ, I am. I have no reason to go to the UK. I've been there, I've done that. I don't have a problem going back there, but you guys are not going to call the shots. Like she's the champ, she's the star. Like, I have to give her what she wants. No, she want to fight. Let's do it over here. The same way I went over there, let's do it over here. You know how MMA guys, when they talk shit about boxers and they say, well, let's have a fight in boxing and then we'll have a fight in MMA, right? Because they want to basically even the odds up where it's 1-1. Because they pretty know after they take that L in boxing, it's like, well, balls in my court in this MMA shit. Let's catch me and get me the fuck out of here. I'm going to take him down and pound on him, right? Well, that's why that didn't happen. Okay? The other guy, the manager, whatever his name is, promoter, whatever the hell he is, he goes, oh, yeah. I mean, one thing about Marshall, she wanted to jump right back in there, and we wanted the Clarissa Shields rematch right away. No, stop it. Savannah Marshall clearly said, or even right after the fight, and again, on a separate interview, she said, right now, she don't want to box anyone. She just want to take time off and spend with her family. It's been just nonstop work. She really just needs a break. So stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Because what they're trying to make it seem like is she lost the fight and she's like, fuck it, let's jump back right back. Let's go. Now all of a sudden Clarissa's scared. Like, stop it. And they constantly brought up Clarissa Shields the entire fucking interview, man. entire press conference, they keep bringing Claressa Shields' name up. One thing that Savannah got smart and learned from, she didn't dwell on this whole I beat Franchon Cruz in the amateurs. See, this is the dumb shit that they kept doing against Shields. And I'm saying, if I'm Claressa, man, if that's me, if that's Aries, and say I beat Anthony Joshua in the fucking amateurs, I'm like, hey, listen, fuck that. That was then. We did what we did. I got the job done then. This is now. That's my focus. I'm not living off of something I did in the past. This is now. Let's go now. And if you notice, right, they don't make a big deal out of none of that shit with any other two fighters. Anthony Joshua lost to Dillian White in the amateurs, beat him in the pros. Anthony Joshua and Dillian White both beat Joe Joyce in the amateurs. How often do you hear them talking like the same thing that happened again? Like it's a big no. Which is why I said, Savannah might not really see this shit, but they're making her own career. Even herself keep bringing this up. Make it seem like nothing you did in boxing as a pro was maximum. Everything was just minimal. And the best thing that happened in your career was you getting your hand raised over Shields. Because they keep bringing this up and talking about Shields she's so mad, she want her win back and all that. They kept bringing this, like, you guys are the only ones bringing this shit up. And she got the shit beat out of her. So what did that mean? So she learned from that. But man, Peter Fury, the other dude, the commentator, the guy, the host of the MC, he just constantly kept bringing up Shields. And Franchon did something that I'm so glad she did it. And see, this isn't even against Marshall. This is against the stupidity of the dumb questions that people ask. That the MC was asking dumb questions. It's always like, man, first off, talk about the two fighters. Stop bringing up Shields. Shields got nothing to do with this shit. And I'll bet you people in the comment section sitting there mad at Shields because of some dumb shit that these motherfuckers keep bringing up. Franchon said, all right, let's get something straight. She said, see, I had everything. You have nothing. I got all the titles. You have nothing but a name. I'm fighting to prove that I am that champion. You're fighting to prove that you still belong here, right? And if you think this is going to be some walk in the park, like you got a long night, you think that because you fought Shields, like they owe you some rematch, like something's owed to you, you jump right into another title fight. You see how nobody's pointing that shit out, though? And this is a fact. You just lost your last fight, and you got beat up. It's not like it was some 50-50 fight. No. You got beat up. And then your very first fight back in the ring is not only a title fight, but for Undisputed. Now, if somebody says Savannah Marshall is getting favoritism and protection, you're going to say, oh, that's not true. She earned it by getting her ass whooped. The fact is, I salute her for wanting to fight the tough fights. But what I'm saying is, how do you get your ass whooped and find yourself in a motherfucking Undisputed title fight? And then people could say, yeah, but the women's, division is not that deep. Like, who else is she going to fight? Oh, there's other people for her to fight. But at the same time, yeah, the women's boxing is not deep like that. It's not. It's never been really deep. It's growing, but it's not in terms of star power and who do you really know. But at the end of the day, my point is, I'm so glad that she said what she said. And she was getting tired of them constantly just keep bringing up Shields. She just kept constantly, it's like, God damn, this is Franchon Cruz sitting there. Why do you all keep bringing up Shields' name? And then, yeah, like I said, looking in the fucking comment sections, all you saw was Shield. Like, God damn, even you idiots who sit here and watch this video talking shit about Claressa. Like, what? Okay, so what are you saying about Claressa Shields that make any fucking sense? She dominated the fight. She won. She kicked her ass in her country. And bottom line, she's the champ. No, she do not have to fucking bow to what the fuck she says. Roy Jones. Was it Mikushevsky he was going to fight? And they're talking about, oh, but the fight should be over in his country. Now, Roy's the fucking champ. And you're talking about this guy like he's calling the shots. No. Roy got robbed in the Olympics on top of that. So Roy is like, fuck that. He's not the champ. I am. I'm not fucking going over there. For what? Fuck do I have to go over there for? Yet, everybody's always talking about you got to go to the U.S. to really make it big. But ain't it funny how certain people got to go outside the U.S. in order to, get splash and make a name? Listen, even when you become known in somebody else's country, like example, let's just say, for example, somebody beats Klitschko, right? Let's say you beat a German fighter. Unless you're fighting a German fighter and you're from America, what the fuck are you going to fight in Germany for? You understand? So it's not like around the world all of a sudden, they just show you love. No, they came out to support their countrymen. You just happen to be the motherfucker that they were fighting. So you think all of a sudden now, all these American fighters are just super popular everywhere. No, that's really not how that shit works. Let's be real. Stop it. But again, Savannah Marshall, she want the big fights, and as she should. She's a fighter, so it's not like she's doing something special. She's doing her job. And you even heard the MC say, "Yeah, I mean, people wouldn't have been mad, if you would have taken an easy touch because you was in that epic fight." See, and this is the shit that makes me laugh, is when they talk about a fight, like the motherfucker was like, it was that close. Nah, if she would have took an easy touch, okay, whatever. For what though? She just got beat up by a better fighter. If she feel like training wasn't the way it should have been or something, she's mentally in a situation, she's trying to get herself back into the swing of things or something, I just want to get back in the ring, get the feel back, I get that. But if you're not broken inside, you feel like, nah, I'm fine, I'm good, I lost the fight, that's that, but I'm back, I'm ready, then why take an easy touch? But what I'm saying is, she got beat up, man, and she finds herself right back in another title shot. And they kept bringing up Shields to the point to where I got sick of hearing them saying Shields. Franchon got sick of hearing them saying Shields. It's nothing against Clarissa. The point is, Clarissa's not the opponent this time. So all this, we wanted Shields, as if like, okay, yeah, Franchon, we'll settle for her. She has all the fucking belts. So you went up in weight, and your first fight up in weight, you get a title shot. Example. Look at what Mikaela Mela is trying to do. Is it working the same way for her? No. So what she's doing is constantly, every interview she get, and she just had a fight, and the person she was initially supposed to fight is the one and only person that beat Alicia Baumgartner. And they had a situation, she had to fight a replacement. But even during that press conference, everything, just Alicia Baumgartner, just constantly bringing her name. You look like a desperate fighter when you do that. Like, basically, and you're talking about you being a bigger star, then that means people should flock out to come and see whoever you fight. But you keep calling out Alicia Baumgartner as if there's nobody else to fight. Well, here's the thing. Even if Alicia goes up and tries to get a fight with Katie Taylor, does it really happen that way? And what are you going to say? Well, it's different because Savannah's a bigger star. No, bullshit. Now, the difference with Mikaela Mela and Alicia Baumgartner is like a lot of people think that Mikaela Mela won that fight. You understand what I'm saying as well? So you got people that think she won. You got people that think Alicia won. So it's like an unfinished business type thing where it's like, it's not like you got everybody just like the majority. It doesn't matter what the majority say. Bottom line is the decision is what it was. But it was that fucking close. Okay? Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields' fight wasn't even close at all. And the stipulations, like I said, stated that there was no rematch unless it was controversial. Okay? Mikaela Mela and Baumgartner, same thing. No, it wasn't even the same thing. They just didn't have a rematch clause at all. So the point is, you starting to talk like somebody's being ducked because they're not doing something that you claim you want. Here's the reality, right? Unless motherfucking Clarissa Shields have a bad night, I don't see Savannah ever beating her. And people that was talking about it was a 50-50 fight, then you had the majority saying she was too strong, she was going to knock out Clarissa Shields. And listen, to be honest with you, after you saw what happened, I think out of everybody sitting in that room, Savannah Marshall was the most humble and understood. You know that, hey, you know what, man, I'm just here to fight. I'm not getting caught up in this bullshit like I did last time. And then look at where it got me, because she got embarrassed. Last thing she need is a repeat, and then go in there and lose to Franchon Cruz. And then if she does lose, I don't want to hear that she dared to be great bullshit, because you make it fucking sound like fighters don't have to go in there and fight the best fighters. Like, oh, you got the option to take a meatball if you want. Why go in there and risk it? Why even say some dumb shit like that? Oh, they dared to be great. You're fighting people even for, and she said she feels stronger at 168 and that she don't have to cut weight. I don't want to hear anything about she was drained when she fought up Clarissa Shields. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. I mean, this generation is so full of fucking excuses, and I mean from the fanboys and girls on down. It's always some type of bullshit after someone loses. Now all of a sudden, people are talking about Ryan Garcia went to the ring against Tank Davis injured because the guy broke his ring, all this bullshit. Like, yeah, well, that's where he fucked up. All they're trying to do is taint the victory that Tank just had. And for Savannah, you know the thing about Savannah, man, she's a strong fighter. She can punch. And the other chick can punch, okay? The thing with Savannah that people don't bring up, though, and this is what they need to understand. Yes, the caliber of fighters matter, of course. But Savannah, like when she fought Clarissa, I think they said was 173 or something like that. Savannah was 196. All right? So basically, you're a much bigger girl fighting these smaller females. So when you go up and they talk about, do you think that her power would carry over? If Savannah hit as hard as y'all are saying she hit, of course her fucking power would carry over. So my whole thing is, for Savannah as a fighter, and I will say this to any fighter, man, don't get caught up in all this he said, she said. You know, and Franchon's, you know, she just wanted to make it clear, I'm coming to fight. This ain't gonna be no friendly match, no, we ain't here holding back, or we ain't, no, I'm coming to win. You know, I'm coming to whoop some ass, right? And she's saying this is gonna be worse this time. Now, at the end of the day, my whole thing is, you know, I'm not big on shit talking at all. But my thing is this, okay? Savannah Marshall, after losing that fight, okay, usually people talk about, oh, such and such beat somebody coming off of a loss, which basically, if she lose to Franchon, that's what the excuses from the fanboys would be. Oh, big deal, you beat somebody coming off of a loss, so fucking what? In MMA, motherfucker lose a fight, all right, cool, I'll be back. In boxing, it's this whole only stupid fucking shit you hear. In the only sport you hear this dumb shit constantly. Oh, man, you forced somebody coming off of a loss. Okay, and nobody forced Savannah Marshall to take the fight. But you know that the fanboys are going to make excuses if she loses this fight. And that's one of the biggest excuses is going to be is that she came off the loss. She wasn't ready. She should have took more time off. After her man sat there talking all this stuff about how, oh, she was ready to jump back in the ring and this and this. So when I said between Shields and Savannah, when I said that fight alone has interest, they don't need to keep this fake beef stupid shit going back and forth. None of this shit means nothing. It's what counts is what happens in the ring. We just seen what happened to Ryan Garcia. And after he's a killer, he became a killer. You're gonna see something different. He's got right, and yeah, right. And it was one of Tank's easiest fights. Now all his inexperience and he wasn't. Yeah. All the shit that we said before the fight, we was being haters for saying it. But now afterwards, oh, now you can, whatever. Bottom line, who you saw as the better fighter, that's who I was going by. When I said I don't see Savannah Marshall beating Clarissa Shields unless she knocks Shields out, and that ain't gonna be easy to do. What's the first thing people started saying? Oh, Hannah Gabriel's knocked her down. Like, dumbass, I didn't say she couldn't be knocked down or knocked out. I didn't say you had to be the hardest punch in the world to knock Claressa Shields out. I said she can take a punch, and yeah, she got dropped by Hannah Gabriel's, and it was what you call a flash knockdown. It's not like she was wobbling around. She got dropped. She looked like, what the fuck? To be honest with you, when you get punched in the face, I've never been knocked out in my life or been knocked down. But when you get hit, certain punches, the way they land, feel different, but this shit really don't hurt. You just, it's like a jolting feeling, and you kind of shake your brain a little bit, like, but, you know what I mean? Like, it, maybe it's just me, but the shit, it doesn't hurt. You just feel like, boom, like an impact, and like, okay. You know what I mean? But anyway, when you drop a person in the fight, okay, it's boxing. So again, because she got dropped by Hannah Gabriel's, the first, and Savannah hit way harder, and it's like, yeah, there y'all go, automatically assuming she's going to win because she got knocked down. Okay, but look at how the fight played out. So I just was glad that Franchon said what she said, and it didn't turn into an argument. It didn't get ugly, but I'm glad she said what she said, because basically it's like, look, I'm the champ. Stop making it like she's the fucking star. She's coming up to my division. I'm coming to her hometown, to her country, to fight her. She's not this, like, you can all this trying to build the publicity around her because she was a part of that card, that she did this, and all the stuff that y'all saying. Y'all make it sound like she won the fight. She basically was there. Yes, it was a massive event. It was a great night for women's boxing. But at the same time, this is me versus her now. And she's coming for my belts. I'm the star. I'm the one with everything on the table, not her. And that's just a fact. And I was glad, because let's just be real. When you go to somebody's country and you're doing interviews and all, every question, everything, you know that you're not the favorite. And even the guy that was talking said, well, they're probably going to be against you, like fighting the enemy, and they're probably going to boo. How you going to deal with the crowd? Man, fuck the crowd. I don't care if you boo me or cheer me. It makes no difference. It is what it is. I'm coming to beat that ass. Booing it, you boo me, you're going to make it worse for the motherfucker I'm fighting. You understand what I mean? So you're not going to go to somebody else's country and get cheered over that person's country. Man, that shit just doesn't happen that way. Only in America that dumb shit happens. You understand what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like, they got to go in there and fight, and that's what it is. But if you're going to build up women's boxing, stop sitting here talking to the challenger like she's the champ. Like she's the one bringing shit to the table. So, again, even like saying, if Ryan Garcia, if he's more popular than Tank, well, did it help him in the ring? No. And that's part of what I'm saying. Don't do the same shit that the men are doing. Big up that champion sitting over there. And that's the motherfucker that hold all the titles, not Savannah. So if Savannah does get the titles, oh, you could imagine how they're going to praise her then, because she don't have no belts now. She only had one belt going into this Shields fight. Not only that, but the fact that she had that win in the amateurs, that basically most people feel like she was gifted that win. Regardless, they had to do it again in the pros, where it really mattered. And with all the Claressa Shields accomplishments, they were still trying to make it seem as though like they were standing on equal grounds. So it took them to get in there and get it on for people to see the result before they could believe it. Because I kept hearing so much about she's going to smash the big mouth American. Oh, I hope they give her a good lashing. Oh, she's going to get a proper ass whooping. She talked too much shit. Blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, just saying, man, I don't feel like they need to go curse and swear and go back and forth and do all that. But it's one of these things, man, when, like, you got everybody talking shit. And I forget the guy's name, the beard, man, in Savannah's corner. But that dude talks so much shit, man. And he's always, like, just running his mouth saying what Savannah's going to do and Savannah this and Savannah that. And it goes to show you the fear that they had of Claressa Shields. Because if you look at her whole career, Savannah Marshall, they never talked so much shit to any other fighter like they was trying to do with Claressa Shields. And if you thought getting under her skin, it was going to do something to make her lose focus, and, well, it didn't work, did it? And so, with Franchon Cruz, all this talking about Claressa, that's complete disrespect. That you have a undisputed champion sitting in the room that's actually going to be standing across the room, from Savannah Marshall, and all you can do is talk about who she just fought in the past. And not only is it disrespectful, it makes it look like you're looking past Franchon Cruz, like, okay, she got the belts, but this should be an easy win. And that's basically, like Peter Fury, he was smart enough to say she's not sitting there with all those belts for nothing. She's a tough competitor, and he's expecting a tough, rugged fight. But just all this home thing, and this is the one thing you got to understand. I don't care what country you from, I don't care about your hometown, none of that shit. Those same people can get you gassed up because they're cheering, and telling you how you're the best and you're this, and they read comments and everybody think you want to do this and that, and you really go in there thinking like you just got it that way. And a lot of times it can make a fighter really think that shit gonna be easier than what it actually is. When I said that Claressa Shields, in my opinion, she's gonna smoke Savannah Marshall, only chance I see Savannah have if she can knock her out. It had nothing to do with her being American. Was I riding with Claressa? Fuck yeah, all the way. But the fact that you didn't hear me, yeah, I'm going with the American. No, bottom line, I'm going by the talent in the ring. How did the fucking fight play out? She smoked out of the boots. When I said I think Floyd gonna beat the brakes off Canelo, oh man, come on man, Aries, you gotta think about it, man. I ain't gotta think about shit. I've seen both of them fight. I say Floyd smokes him out of his boots. And all I kept hearing was how Floyd was not going to be strong enough. He ain't had nothing to keep Canelo off. Canelo's too strong, too poised, too young. And his boxing knowledge is crazy. He got this, he got that. Now, all of a sudden, after Floyd smoked him out of his boots and beat the brakes off him, but he was inexperienced. Oh, please, shut up. Shut up. Because none of you motherfuckers were saying it before the fucking fight. Every fight where the one that you really want to lose, when they win, every excuse that you didn't hear before the fight comes out afterwards. And basically, I just feel like Floyd was the more complete and better fighter. Overall, all around, defense, offense, ring IQ, everything. What happened when Bivol just fought Canelo? People was like, anybody that's going to beat Canelo is not going to be this guy. He's too basic. And I said myself that, yeah, Bivol is a very basic boxer. If he sticks behind that jab and stay disciplined, I mean, who knows? I don't know, right? Because I hadn't seen too much of Dimitri Bivol. But what I did see of him, it was like, okay, he's sharp. He got some skill. He seemed to be, But a lot of times they get in there with the veteran fighters, the bigger names, they kind of choke up. But I like the way he was talking because he wasn't talking crazy. He just was talking confident. He just said, Canelo's just a man, another man. I don't see this like it's some big deal. I know it's a big fight, but it's just another man. And I'm like, yeah, because that's how I see shit. And I like the way he was. And look what happened. So, before that fight, people was talking about Canelo could go up and fight Anthony Joshua. He could fight heavyweights. Canelo was like God. That motherfucker was a deity. And then he goes in there against, Dimitri Bivol, and he got spanked. He was too big. All it is, Canelo's too small. No, wait. For you to try to defend Canelo and say all Dimitri Bivol did was outbox him a little bit, then what the fuck are you talking about he's too small for the division for? What was being outboxed having to do with the division? He went up and knocked out Kovalev, and all of a sudden he became God. Now all of a sudden he goes back to the same division that he once fought at, okay, and got a knockout in. Oh, now all of a sudden he's too small. And this is what I'm saying. So as far as the female boxing is concerned, like I said, for them to not follow the same patterns and, same direction that the men boxing is going in, don't start making up excuses, man. It's like this. May the best woman win. Whether it be Cruz or whether it be Marshall, may the best woman win. It's as simple as that. And no matter who you're going for, don't make any excuses. And hopefully it doesn't come to no controversial bullshit decision. Call it down the middle. If it's not a knockout and it goes to the scorecards, call it like it is. Regardless to who win, the right person, the one who actually really won the fight, that's who should get their hand raised. Not no fucking favoritism because it's a countryman or whatever, no shady business, whatever, or it's just so you can have a rematch or whatever. At the end of the day, It is what it is, and it's just another fight. Don't taint this fight. Boxing already is tainted enough. Like I said, we just sat here and saw, Ryan Garcia get dropped in the second round, and the round was scored at 10-10. Wow. So that's one thing we need to do, is keep things just under control. I'm not saying the female got to sit there and hug and smile. No. But don't start this, making excuses and doing the same shit that's going on with the men. So, and anyway, and so understand where I'm coming from. This is not about Savannah Marshall so much, okay? This is about the people surrounding her and the fan base, how they say all this stupid shit and make excuses. Savannah is a good fighter. She don't need that bullshit. Let the woman go in there and fight. Win, lose, or draw. If you going to support her. But don't make up excuses. She don't need that shit. All this dumb shit. This is what I was reading. She won't be weight drained this time. This time she going to be ready. She going to be her proper weight. See, Clarissa Shields tried to get her. What the fuck do you mean? Clarissa Shields is the champ at that fucking weight class. Stupid. So you see, you're promoting one fight but trying to stir the pot versus another one. Why? If Savannah Marshall wins, she'll be undisputed in a different weight class, right? And they'll probably try to make this fight happen where undisputed versus undisputed, right? But it would more than likely be if Clarissa wants to come up to 168. Well, if she wants to. And if she doesn't, don't say, oh, she's ducking. How the fuck is she ducking when she's the fucking undisputed champion at 160? So that's my whole thing. Stop making stupid-ass excuses, man. Stop making these dumb-ass excuses and trying to make it seem like... And again, Peter Fury said Clarissa Shields was the better fighter on that night, the right person when she won. He did say that, okay? But again, like I said, I caught some slick shit that he tried to slip in there, and that other guy as well. And that's just not the way things go, man. I don't need nobody to fucking babysit me, man. And if something happened and I took an L, I'll fess up to that shit and making no excuses up for me. I've always been that way. I just don't lose this shit. But no, but just saying, like, you don't fucking keep something healthy by making up lies and fabrication. Hopefully, Franchon Cruz and Savannah Marshall and everybody else in the car perform and put on a great show. Because that's what boxing needs. I'm pretty sure that they'll feel proud walking away from that. Of course, you want to win. But when you look back, you can't change history, right? But when you look back and you see what you was a part of and what you contributed, it's a better feeling than sitting back knowing that people made up excuses for you and you hid behind it and allowed them to do that for you. And like I said, Marshall don't need that shit. She's a good fighter. She shows heart. She shows, toughness in that ring. She comes to fight. Let her do her job. That's all. But stop with all the fucking baby and trying to hold her hand to fucking, because if you at 168, you would have beat her. I even heard people talk about, man, if they was going 12 rounds instead of 10, she'd have beat. What the fuck sense does that even make to you guys, man? Like Savannah Marshall only had fucking, it sounds so stupid because you make it sound like somehow Clarissa had 10 rounds and Savannah only had 8. Same amount of time she had. Same amount of rounds they had, they had the same amount of time. So all of this dumb shit is like, all right, whatever. Franchon Cruz versus Savannah Marshall. That's the fight coming up. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.